morning, great afternoon, and great evening, whichever you may be tuning into the video, man. I'm excited to be back here today, man. And today we're talking about performance versus authenticity. Performance versus authenticity. All right, man. I think when you look at this, the main thing that you want to look at is the intention behind the behaviors, behind the actions, behind the things that are being done, right? So if this is who you are, then it's authentic, of course. If this is who you want to be, I think it comes down to something different, right? I think one is the intention. This is who I want to be, but it also comes down to the honesty and the transparency, right? I'll give you an example of this. An example of this would be I show up as a version of myself and I do not inform the other person that this is who I'm trying to become. And I show them that version of myself, but I'm not able to maintain that over a long period of time. I'm only able to show that for a short period of time in the beginning. And then the flaws and then the things, the other parts of me start to show, because the version that I'm trying to become is not who I am. It's who I'm trying to become. So of course, who I am is going to show up at some point in time. And the version that I showed at the beginning is not going to be that 24/7. So that is an example of me not being transparent and not being honest in a situation and manipulating the situation to show a representation of who I am not. But let's look at that same situation. Let's say I'm talking to the same person and I say the version of myself that I want to become is this version, a version that is showing up in this way, and I highlight the different ways that a person is showing up, and I say this is who I'm trying to become, but right now this is who I am, and I tell them the version of who I am, the one that they will see once the flaws and the things start to break down. That is me being authentic, because I'm letting them know that I'm working on being this version, but right now I'm this version. And that is something that you can do to be transparent and be honest, and then you can be authentic with doing it. It's all about the intention behind it. If I'm intentional and I'm honest and transparent, then that's me being authentic. But if I'm intentional, but I'm not honest and transparent, and I'm withholding things back, then that's not me being necessarily authentic, because I'm showing them a version of me that I'm not going to be able to maintain or to be able to show up as all the time. All right? And then I want to go into the third one I want to focus on is goal-oriented, right? So when it comes down to performance and trying to reach a goal, you can be performative and show up in a way until you reach that goal. And if you show up in a way that you're performing until you reach a goal, then you drop down back into your actual normal self. What you're doing is performing, and that's not 100% authentic, because you only doing it until you achieve the goal. So some people argue and say that's who you are, but you're not being your full authentic self, because you're only doing it to achieve a goal. You're not doing it because it's who you are. You're doing it because you want something from that, and that is not authentic. Authentic is this is who I am. I'm not doing it necessarily because of this goal. And if on the flip side, when it comes down to being performative to reach a goal, if you are being performative to reach a goal, but as you perform to reach the goal, that becomes who you are as you work towards the goal, and you don't drop off the behaviors and the attitude, and you ingrain all of that into who you are as you work towards achieving the goal, that can be authentic. But once again, it's going to come down to the transparency, to the honesty, and also the intention behind doing it. Yes, I'm doing it because I'm trying to reach this goal, but this is also a part, or the next part, of who I want to become. So it all comes down to intention, honesty, and transparency when it comes down to being performative versus being authentic. So when you looking at yourself and trying to figure out if you're being performative or if you're being fully authentic, you really want to get down to the root of it, right? You want to analyze your behavior, your actions, and your different attitudes and all of those different things that go into it. So number one, when you're looking at situations, you want to ask yourself and be honest with yourself. Am I showing who I really am? Or am I showing who I want to become? Am I showing somebody the behaviors and actions as I'm working towards a goal? Like, what is my intention? Am I being honest? Am I being transparent? And when you break those things down and you look at your actions and behaviors, you can correct those different things if they're wrong by getting down to the root of where does this come from? If I'm being performative, where does the performance come from? Is it my childhood? Is it from others around me that I've seen be performative to get what they want? Am I a person that likes to manipulate situations to get what I want? Am I a person who stands on what I believe in order to get what I want? Am I a person who likes competition, so when it comes down to performing, I think about it like it's competition? What is the reason why I like to be performative versus being authentic? And when you can come down and start to get down to the root of those things, you can really work on being authentic. Another way, once you analyzing your behavior, is to ask those around you that are close to you that's going to give it to you straight. Ask them, man, when you see me show up in this environment, how am I showing up? And be willing to listen and receive the information when they're telling you how you're showing up in the environment. And once you can receive the information from others around you and from analyzing your own behavior, then you can come up with a plan to work on being fully authentic all the time. And that is the best way to work on being authentic, is your self-analysis, or being self-aware yourself, and then also having the awareness of others around you to be able to give you that information so you can come up with a plan to work on that. So that is performance versus authenticity. Listen, man, if you feel like somebody need to hear this message, man, shoot it to them. Like, comment, share the video. With this topic, we just went through a short little period of 3 different things we focus on: performance versus authenticity. If you like this, be on the lookout for the longer version on YouTube. It's definitely coming out on YouTube. I'm going to start expanding on the topics that y'all see on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm going to start expanding on these and going a little bit deeper into the conversation. But that's what we got for right now: performance versus authenticity. If you like this, man, like I said, let me know. Share it with somebody if you feel like they need to hear this message, man. But that's it, man. Y'all already know, man, how we got to end it off. That greatness. Woo! That greatness, baby. That greatness is in the heart. And we all got it. Let's